7 a.m. here. It's really early. So, but you guys said nights and weekends, so here we go. Let's see. Introduction. What's up, Sean? I started this channel about a year and a half ago, and I just wanted to help those of you who are trying really hard to learn English and are having a hard time because what they teach in the classroom and then practice with actual native speakers is a little bit different. So I was hoping I could help you bridge that gap and improve your English. So ask me any questions. Tell me where you're from. Be really cool to see where you guys are actually watching this from, why you're learning English. Like, that's really important because I want to be able to improve my channel too, so that I can teach you content that you're looking for. But the channel isn't really for learning like basics or grammar mechanics. I was hoping you guys would already know that part because actually, as a native speaker, since I'm not an actual like formal classroom English teacher, I don't really know how to teach things like that. Only the spoken, everyday kind of like colloquial English, that kind of thing. So if you have a question about that, I'd be happy to answer. But there are a lot of like little things like the KK pronunciation, that whole thing. No native speaker can read that. No one understands what that is or what it looks like. I think only ESL learners have actually learned it that way. Oh, we have a question. Oh, how? So, okay. So Hid here asks, I can't even speak properly. How's life since the virus went out of control? Well, as you know, the US is like the #1 center for cases. So it is, I would say, I can't even see what it's like in other countries, but it looks like Taiwan is doing pretty well, or like Korea. I had to stay inside pretty much all the time. I haven't cut my hair in probably 3 months, I think. They don't even allow places like hair salons and things that are not exactly like food and really important things to be open. So we can't even like get a haircut or anything. And also the #1 suggestion to any English learners. Ooh. I think the #1 suggestion for any language learners in general is just pure passion. It is basically what has driven me to do my channel, because I'm not really getting paid to do this. I just wanted to do this because I knew there are other people who are interested, and I thought there could be like, it's like really important. So there's no other motivator to get you to do anything big except for having pure passion. So right now, to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm actually trying to learn Korean. So that's also super hard. And as you guys all know, from starting off, it's very frustrating. And you got to remember, like, why am I learning this language? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Because like, even when it sounds like it's like really difficult and you're not learning anymore, you have to remember that I want to learn this because once I actually am able to communicate really well, then you will be able to then you'll be able to find it in yourself to motivate yourself to want to learn more. So you have to find that really important thing down here that will make you want to like be interested in learning more. In terms of actual like tips and strategies, you really just need to be consistent. And it can be hard because there may not be other native speakers or people to practice with. So, but doing something is better than nothing. So even if you are like, you know what, I can't do this and I only want to learn maybe like 10 minutes a day, then do that, because being consistent with it and just like, okay, maybe I'm just going to read one line in English, that will get you to, that will keep you going, because it's better than not doing anything at all. Because if you go like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days without practicing, you will start to feel like you're losing it, and that's even worse. So just stay consistent. Yeah. So my girlfriend is Korean, and I didn't actually start learning because of her, but she's really helping me learn, and it is not easy. I mean, I tried to learn Chinese for a little while. I don't know if you guys know, but my Chinese is pretty awful. That's why I don't really practice or assist people in Chinese, because it's actually just not good. So that's part of the reason why the channel, I'm changing it so that it's aimed at more like intermediate or advanced level English learners, because to be honest, I can't really teach anything else other than that. Say if you're a Chinese speaker, it would be really hard for me to help you actually. Hi, Potato 9 from Utah. Dang, it's awesome. So here's another question actually. Are a lot of you, did you like live abroad, or you were from a different country and you moved here and that's why you want to learn English? Or like what's the background for a lot of you wanting to learn English? Oh, I see. Study abroad. Oh no. Definitely in the process of fun and yeah, you have to keep this fun. If it's no longer fun for you, unless it's for a job or something, it will become like another job, and you don't want that. So if you can find something that will make it more interesting, maybe if you're doing it for your job and you that part is not fun, maybe you really like cooking or you really like dance, which are two things I love. And if that's the case, then learn English that has to do with cooking. Like look up recipes in English, watch cooking shows, or watch dance competitions. Then it will keep it interesting, and then maybe it will make you more motivated to learn English in another area. If you write my name, but it looks just the same. You mean it's like a palindrome? Like if you like the number 99 or 989 just switches around? That's funny. Okay. Len Shen asks, what do you do in America? Well, you're kind of looking at it. This is kind of a career change for me to be teaching English on a more serious level. I used to work in a hotel. I used to do hospitality management, and it just, I don't know if any of you have had a career and then you were doing it for several years and then you felt like this is not right. That's basically what happened. So I started the channel, and I don't know where it's going to go exactly, but I will just keep making videos for you guys if it's helpful. And I'm hoping to change my career to be an English teacher in some form. So if you haven't, I guess if you guys are watching and you didn't tune in right at the beginning, I just did a quick introduction about myself. So as you may have known, I started the channel about a year or a year and a half ago, and I am continuously improving. This is my first live stream. Part of the reason why I'm doing the live stream is so that you guys can get to know me a little bit better, and then also ask questions about learning English, or if you have something specific that you wanted, like a certain topic that you wanted a video on, and just tell me if these are working, like the Pixar videos or the Word Lab videos, or making a sentence, like which kinds of videos are like really helpful for you, or you feel like you're learning the most out of it. Or if you have an idea for another one, I'm happy to listen and hear. So yeah. And I will probably be here for like until 8, so another 45 minutes. We are in quarantine still, the US, so it's not like I had to go anywhere specific after this, but if people are here after an hour and they still have questions, then I'm happy to stay a little bit longer. So that's pretty much it in terms of updates. Like I said, I'm trying to aim this at intermediate and advanced learners because I'm trying to teach colloquial English, which requires a little bit higher understanding of English to start. And that's like kind of the only language I have. My Mandarin is really not that good. So it's hard to teach anything lower than intermediate or advanced anyway. Oh, this is actually my mom went to Harvard and she gave me this shirt. I just wear it in the morning. It has nothing to do with where I went to school. I studied hospitality actually at Cornell, but as you may have heard, I decided to leave that career and begin teaching more English and help people learning English try to improve their conversational bits. Yes. No, I did not graduate from Harvard. Ignore this. This is just a t-shirt. So just shout it out. Where are you guys from? Why are you here learning English? Let me know. It'd be really fun because honestly, I just make videos and post them. I have really no idea where people are from. I think most people are from Taiwan, or maybe some people from Korea, some people living in the US as like study or work abroad. So how I tried to tutor or teach. Yes, I would be interested in doing those things. I just have not explored it. Oh, dude, why not, man? Yeah, so I just haven't tried yet. I think I'm not an official English teacher. Like I don't have a teaching certificate. I just have the YouTube channel. But it is definitely something I would want to explore for sure. And if you have suggestions for Los Angeles-based teaching or an online, like an online teaching school, let me know. Send me a message or something like that. So you've been learning English since 11 or 12, and it's still a consistent learning curve. Oh, of course. And if you're learning a language, you're going to be learning new things every day. I mean, I learn new things about English every day, actually. There's always another word or another term. So don't worry if you don't feel like you have it completely 100% mastered. It's always, you're going to always learn something new. Now, if you're having trouble somewhere where you feel like you're not learning anymore, that might be something where you could ask me directly. Is it just that you're learning, it's just slow going and there's a constant move, or is there like a specific problem that you're having while learning, like you're stuck? Oh, actually, I have a question for you guys. If I were to start tutoring, what kinds of schools are there here, and how do people typically like to be tutored, like one-on-one or as a group? I'm really not that familiar with this kind of teaching style, so you would have to tell me what people typically do if they're learning English and they want a tutor. What's your take on non-native with poor pronunciation teaching English speaking? Yeah, schools or starting your own business, that kind of tutoring. I would say probably more private tutoring. Maybe there are teaching academies, but I honestly I don't know. I would be interested in teaching both. I think online teaching or teaching it in person. I think there's some aspect of teaching in person that it's not the same, but at the same time, online teaching, you can reach more people from just like your living room right here. So I would be down to try both. What's your take on with non-native with poor pronunciation teaching? You mean like becoming an English teacher even if you have poor pronunciation? Just to be one-on-one. Okay, cool. No, I am in LA, so it is about 7:20 a.m. here, and I'm guessing like 10:20 there. So yeah, I'm not in Taiwan. I have visited before. I studied Chinese there and realized I can't do this, but I do want to teach English, so I did the opposite. Trumpland, yes, Trumpland. Rich, I would go. I have heard that one-on-one teaching is expensive per person, of course, because it's like one teacher per person. So you could probably make a lot of money that way, and I'm sure the students are rich too. That's a good point. Online teaching, make sure you have a nice background or know what to do with some apps that can do that. Okay, it's good too. Woman asks, where are your ancestors from? So my heritage is actually Cantonese. My family is from Hong Kong, but I was born here, and so were my parents. So my parents cannot speak Chinese at all either. So whatever Mandarin I can speak or I can type, I had to learn that myself, either in high school or when I went to Taiwan for a little bit. But yeah, they are all ultimately from Hong Kong. Do I know Trevor? Is that a TV show, or are you asking if I actually know Trevor? The Trevor? Oh, no. But you could introduce me. Who is this person? Trevor. Sure. I would be, yeah, I'm totally on board with teaching. I just haven't looked into that kind of thing before. But I will hit you guys up after and ask you questions about what is a good way to get started. Oops. I'm also a huge coffee drinker, as you can see. It's the only way I can wake up in the morning. I like how all of the admins are here, just grilling me. This is great. Oh, I guess another, wow, it's already been 25 minutes since we've been doing this. Okay, so if you have just gotten here, hi, how's it going? I know you like, yes, it's always in my videos, drinking coffee or something. Just got here, I'm doing a live stream to answer questions that you have about my channel or about learning colloquial spoken English. This is my first live stream, so I'm learning just as much as you guys are here. But just to update, you know, I kind of stopped using Chinese subtitles. I had to get that from somebody else, or Guoda has helped me a lot on those Chinese subtitles, but I have kind of moved away from that because I prefer to teach colloquial English to intermediate and advanced learners, and also my Chinese is just not good enough, and it was just taking too much time away from the actual video content. So I'm trying really hard to make them more often, but it trust me when I say this, editing a video sucks. Like, I like doing it, but it's hard, and that's why I can only produce like maybe one a week because it's just me. I'm literally filming and editing and planning everything. So it takes time. Oh, thank you very much for coming. Yes, please stop by again if you have questions. And thanks for joining. Hi, everybody from Taiwan. Hi, Sui67 Lin. You know, it's funny to say people's online names out loud. It just sounds ridiculous, unless it's like an actual name. It's funny to say like this funny blurb. No hablo español. Unfortunately, I cannot speak any other strong languages, but they do make you take like a year or two of a foreign language in the US. So I think pretty much every American can say like me amo Nick or like the really basic stuff, but that's it. They cannot actually communicate in Spanish or another language. It's really sad. They should push foreign language learning in the US, but no one cares because I guess they speak English, so they think they can do anything. So, oh, One more question. I know how many time would it take you to film one video, including all the preparation? Okay, so I actually ran the numbers on this one, so I actually calculate this. If I were to write a script, it takes anywhere between an hour or two. Well, first I start with the ideas. I have probably 100 different ideas, and I pick out. I have to start. I have to find out what words and phrases I want to use, and they're so random. I have no idea how to package them together. So it's hard to think of what is a good topic. How can I put this together so that it sounds good? But so then when I find those, I'll write the script. It takes like 2 hours. The filming itself only takes like 20 minutes. And then the editing takes another like 20 hours. So if I were actually putting in like 3 hours or 4 hours a day, it would take me about a week. How much time do you actually spend produce 5-10 minute video? Yeah, I would say some special effects. Yeah, so probably 24 to 30 hours, like actually working. These last videos with Pixar have been a lot easier for me because it's already there, and I just have to film the way I describe it or explain the words. So I would say it's probably like half, maybe like 10 hours or something. Yeah. And then like the rest of my life, right? So it's not like I can do this like a machine. I have to do other things too. I have other friends to see, maybe not now, maybe other friends to online chat with, because we can't go outside here. Literally, we can't, unless we're going to the grocery store or picking up food at a restaurant, nothing else is open because of our, frankly, I think we handled the quarantine horribly. And now it's everywhere in the US. And so we can't really leave. So I'm inside like all day, every day, kind of. Yep. Serious. So let me ask you guys, how much time do you actually spend learning English then? Or watching videos to learn or talking to other native speakers? Because that's really the only way you're going to pick up some of these new things, because a lot of the phrases, unless like it's on my video or somebody else teaches something similar, um, they don't really make any sense. The phrases, they sound ridiculous. They don't sound like anything you would have learned in class or from a book. Um, so you really have to talk to other native speakers. I would watch TV shows. A lot of people in those shows use them. I mean, I'm using the movies to teach, so they come from a lot of the movies and film. Some lines from movies and TV are too ridiculous to say in real life. You wouldn't say that, but a lot of the phrases that they use are things that I would use to my friends, just in a regular conversation. So that's a really good way. Just watch a lot of TV and movies with subtitles, and you can slow it down. Only an hour a day. That's not bad. That's like a lot. But I think what's more important than how long is what you were doing. So you're really focused for that hour, and make friends. If you are here, or even if you're not here, you can make friends that are native speakers and try to talk to them so that you can, excuse me, and talk to them, because they will use the kind of natural speech that that you're trying to learn. So that's really important. Make online English speaking friends. They don't have to be American. I mean, they can be whatever English native speakers, and then also watch TV and movies. These are very, like, probably the closest you're going to get to natural English. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but if you have suggestions, I've seen other YouTube channels that might be interesting if you're not already using them. I know I'm trying to help you out too, but really it's my goal to help you learn. So I don't care if you're watching other people's channels or you're not necessarily using mine. If you're learning, that's perfect. You have to start somewhere. It's okay if your English is not perfect. Hi, Joanne. How's it going? It's good to see you. I know you comment a lot on my videos. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope to keep producing more videos. I see no reason to stop. So yeah, keep the comments coming. It's great. So my English is still very poor. It's okay. Just keep that incremental improvement going, even if you don't feel totally confident that your English is getting a lot better. You can still always learn that one extra word or that one phrase. Sometimes I'll learn a lesson on something like I'm learning Korean if you don't already know that. And sometimes I'll learn something and then I won't start naturally using it until I've practiced it like 5 times, and then like a month or 2 later, it starts to become natural to use. So sometimes it's just your brain takes for some reason it takes a few days or a few weeks to actually stay in your brain. So just keep trying to do it every day a little bit. And what else are you gonna do? You can't. You can only do your best. All right. So, I guess I'll just give a update. Well, let me answer this question first. Can people learn English all by themselves and reach the level of native like proficiency? I have heard stories like that when I was in Taiwan. There was a huge range of people. Some people would try and they seemed like they were struggling, and then others, it's like their English sounded like they were from the US. They had no accent. And they just said they practiced by themselves, watching videos and movies. So yes, it is definitely possible if you don't have other friends to practice with. The main thing would be to focus really hard. If you're going to do that, you have to focus really hard on the lines you're hearing from the movies and TV. And then, yeah, talking to yourself. The pronunciation is really important, because if you mispronounce a word, then like nothing else matters. If people can't understand you, then nothing else matters. So the pronunciation for sure to start. And then, yeah, if all you have are movies and videos, then just, you have to watch a lot of it though, because you have to see the same phrase used multiple ways in order to be able to use it properly. because a lot of people will hear one phrase and then start using it wherever they want, and it'll just sound really weird or inappropriate. So you have to be careful and watch a lot of TV if you're not going to have other friends to talk to, I guess. But there are tons of apps and things you can sign up for. You really have to look for like chatting with native speakers, or something, or join a group where there are other native speakers so that they can help you. Because without that aspect, like me talking to you right now, it's really hard to get the feel and to understand what you need to be like sounding like, or what phrases you should use. Oh, 台中来的. Okay. What inspired you to be a YouTuber? What inspired? Jesus. I knew I wanted to teach colloquial English, but I didn't really know how. And I guess the idea of becoming a YouTuber or just making YouTube videos, I wasn't thinking about being a YouTuber. I just thought I want to keep making some more videos so that people can learn, but you have to make a lot in order to have like, people aren't going to look at your channel if you have one video. So I had to make a lot, and there's a lot of content. So I guess just by default, I just became a YouTuber that way. And I'll still continue to do it. It's fun. Chinese here. You can use Chinese here. And the comments aren't going too fast. So I will try to read it if I can. So if you feel more comfortable writing in Chinese, then go for it. But my Chinese is pretty basic. So if you write a whole paragraph, it might be hard to try to decipher it. Do American people take COVID-19 seriously there? Sometimes I heard news that people went on street. Yeah, okay, so I guess without getting too political, I think not everyone is taking it as seriously as they should. I mean, from everywhere, like the government, I don't think handled it particularly well. And then we are watching the government. So whatever they say or whatever they are doing, we kind of follow. So if they're not handling it properly, in my mind, I don't know. It was hard because we've never seen anything like this. So it's hard for me to bash my own country, but I think we could have done a little bit better, honestly. And yeah, I think some people are very strong for their rights, but this is really a matter of health and safety. So, I mean, I think America's independent mind created this thing where people are kind of protesting, and you get people who are not cooperating. So it's unfortunate, but yeah. All I know is I'm staying inside. So I can only control myself. I can't control other people, but you can ask people to stay inside, be careful, wear masks, gloves. I mean, I have a video on COVID-19 protection, so you can watch that too, learn English, and see my view on coronavirus. Other than teaching English, I admire your film. Oh, thank you. When I started this, I had no idea how to edit a video. Zero. I use Final Cut Pro myself. They have there's lots of film editing tools, but I use Final Cut Pro. I find that it's the most useful. That's another thing that I didn't explain in when I'm doing film editing. Since I'm learning too, it's not that efficient. So in the beginning, it was taking me like 2 weeks to make a video because I just didn't know how to use it. I had to teach myself how to use that too. So Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Communicating with India. Yes. I yeah, sometimes in Indian accents for English. Actually, English is, if you don't know, English is like one of the national languages for India, but it has taken such a turn. Like a lot of countries, like maybe like Singapore or Malaysia, a lot of countries that have English as um, their national language or it's part of their culture, they've modified it. So all these countries have taken a different take on English. So even as an English speaker, trying to communicate with Australians or like Indians or like British English people, it's sometimes hard for us. I have to turn on the subtitles if I'm watching like an English show because the accent is so strong. For me, I can't really understand, and I think a lot of other people may not be able to understand Americans. I don't know. So yeah, some people in Taiwan, as Alan's asking, some people in Taiwan dare not speak English because some other people like to criticize their accents. Well, that's just not very nice. Like they're just not very understanding people, and there will always be people like that. That's another thing I was talking about. Somebody asked what is the single most important tip, and it's the passion to learn. If you really, really want to learn English, it's not, or any language, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a little bit awkward. You might say it wrong. You might say something inappropriate. Um, and yeah, people might laugh at you, but you got to think bigger than that. Like, who cares about this person? My goal is to be able to learn English. And if you don't try or you're too scared, the only person that loses is you. That's it. The person who is going to laugh at you, they're going to forget they laughed at you 5 minutes later. So you got to think that I don't care about that. All I care about is learning English and I want to try. Trying is like the ultimate. You got to try. Otherwise, you can't make mistakes and learn. I mean, I did that with film editing. Like I make tons of mistakes. If you saw my videos in the beginning, they are not perfect. I look back at some of them and kind of laugh because it's so painful. They are cringeworthy. This is a good word. Cringy, cringeworthy. Basically, you watch something or you hear something embarrassing and you just think, oh, you cringe because it's so awkward or embarrassing. Cringeworthy. So yeah, I think it's not the accent. I didn't even answer the question. It's not the accent that matters. It's the pronunciation. So if some people have strong accents, like say I'm talking to somebody from another English-speaking country. So like people have Chinese accents, they have Australian accents, they have British, Indian, American, Canadian accents. That doesn't matter as long as you pronounce the word properly. Pronounce the word properly. But an accent can, if it's bad enough, then you start damaging the pronunciation. But don't worry if you have a slight accent from wherever you're from. People here, I mean, I live in LA, so people have accents from everywhere. Thai English accents, Mexican English accents, like literally streets away from me. They have like a group of Thai people, Thai immigrants, like Mexican immigrants, like Koreans. I live in Koreatown. Like all I listen to every day is Korean accented English. So don't worry about the accent, but you have to make sure you pronounce the word properly. Otherwise, if you say a different word, then it could sound really weird. So like like the classic example of beach, like sandy, shatan beach, versus like bitch. Like if you say them wrong, you could say something totally offensive. So make sure when you hear the word, you're repeating it. Hear and repeat. That's the most important thing. Do you eat out lately? Or do you eat at home to avoid the? We can't eat out. Restaurants are not open. You cannot actually sit down at a restaurant. But you can do takeout, like that. So you can order food at the restaurant and then pick it up and go home, or you can get delivery, which is what I do, or you can go to the supermarket and buy food and cook at home. That's really the only option. So a lot of people have been doing delivery these days, but no, you can't. You can't even eat out. It's not even allowed. Best coffee shop in Los Angeles? I mean, that's like saying the best 牛肉面 place in Taiwan. Like, there's tons of them. But the one I go to that's actually like right kind of downstairs, it's called Alchemist Coffee. Like that fake science alchemist coffee. So if you're in Koreatown, where I am, there's a really good coffee shop here. Koreans apparently love coffee. So living in Koreatown, there is a coffee shop on every block. So you won't not be able to find coffee. I am jealous. Being able to eat out, I still am puzzled as to how some countries, like, yeah, if you're from Taiwan or from Korea or like Vietnam, the reaction was so fast. So I guess you basically didn't have to close down at all, right? So that I wish we could have reacted a little bit quicker than that, but hopefully we find a vaccine soon and can, we can go back to our lives. Are you a fan of baseball? Fortunately, not really. Sometimes I'll watch baseball. In fact, they don't allow any sports right now because everybody has to gather. So I would love to watch a game of baseball right now because they stopped everything everywhere. So I'm starting to appreciate things like that I would have taken for granted or would have assumed I could always have. But even just the great sports, I love sports, but I can't watch anything. So yeah, now I love baseball. I'll tell you that much. I have to tell if someone's saying can or can't. Ooh, that is a great question. Even native English speakers have to say, wait, did you say can or can't? So if you can't tell, then you just have to ask them. I would say the best way is to just in context listen to the sentence, and I think from there it might be a little bit more obvious. Yeah, so like if they're saying, like, let's say I'm trying to walk into a bar and the bouncer is standing there in front, and I say, why can't I go in? It really can't. It can't be can. Oh my God, this is so confusing. If you see the situation and you see what I'm saying, you should be able to tell if I'm asking whether it's not possible or it is possible. So I think don't look for the word can't or can. think about what are they saying, like what are they trying to tell you, and then that should help you understand. And if honestly, if you can't tell what they're saying, this is a great question. Obviously, I'm saying can't. You just have to ask them. There's no way else. This even happens to me too. I'll hear somebody and I can't tell if they're saying can or cannot. So yeah. So do I keep pets? I do not. I like to travel, and pets need attention like babies do. Like you cannot. Oh my god, I'm gonna be thinking about this the whole rest of the stream. You cannot leave a pet for too long, and because I like to travel and visit other places, but I like to pet other people's dogs and cats. Like that's fun. Yeah, here we go. Okay, yes, and so it's been a little while. If you're just joining us, I'm basically just answering questions people have about English, trying to let people get to know me a little bit more, and then some updates from the channel is really trying to be colloquial English for English intermediate and advanced learners. So I won't really have Chinese subtitles in my videos. They might be a little bit faster. So, but that's because my Chinese really isn't that great. And I want to be teaching to intermediate and advanced learners anyway. So, yeah. But anyway, again, thank you for watching my channel. I'm glad you guys are all here. I didn't know what to expect. This is my first live stream. I just want to get to be able to talk to you guys a little bit more. I thought maybe like a few people would join, but it looks like a lot of you were able to come. Hopefully this time works. I might do one for another one for the afternoon. So afternoon there would be a little bit better for me timing. It's like 7 a.m. here, or now it's like 8 a.m. in Los Angeles, so it's it's hard for us to be awake at the same time, apparently. Do I watch other English YouTubers? Not that often, actually. Sometimes I'll come across one, and it's good to get ideas. So, yeah, seeing what other people like to teach, what their strategy is to teach well, so I get ideas for filming and editing. But the content itself, I wanted that to be pretty original. But I'm interested, if you have other suggestions of YouTubers that you'd like to watch, please post them, because other people are looking at this chat. So if you post a link, then they can watch other people and get other ideas. Sharing ideas is the best. Actually, there's one YouTuber called The English Coach, and she's really good. And her videos are basically like this. She just talks at her camera or something and posts it, and it's really inspiring. So I would suggest going to see her. Wait, I just typed it. English Coach. The white girl, so you can trust that her English will be good. Oh, of course. I practiced for a few days in advance to make sure I'm awake on time. Usually I get up probably in an hour from now. So hopefully this is not too late for everyone. I think it's probably like 11 p.m. there. So let me know if this time is okay for you. If you want it to be earlier, I'll try, but yeah. Have you got used to driving in LA since the traffic is kind of jammed? That is probably the worst part of Los Angeles is the traffic. Um, it is ridiculous. We have no trains or like mass transit, so everyone drives. It makes it really, really hard to go out. And a lot of the time, I will just be too lazy to leave Koreatown and leave my area because I just don't want to deal with other drivers. And American drivers suck. Like they're bad and they don't care. So it is hard to drive here. Uh, yeah, but now there's no traffic. I mean, I'll drive down the street now and it'll be empty. It's really weird because everybody's inside. So sometimes to get out, I'll just drive down to the beach and back because I can't stay inside my apartment for so long. Oh, another thing coming up, I am actually traveling to Korea next week to see my girlfriend. So they're going to quarantine me. They force you to quarantine inside like a hotel room for 2 weeks. So I'll probably do some videos from there, let you know what it looks like, and then maybe do some vlogs from Korea, tell you what's going on. But it'll just be for fun. It's not really like a major video or anything. So I'll be in Korea until like end of July. So we could probably do another live stream and it would be much easier for me because our time would be the same. And then I can tell you what people's English like is in Korea. But I think it's the same. I think people, since they're not using it, people are kind of nervous to talk in public, use their English, even though they might be able to understand a lot of it. They don't really use it in public because they're shy or because they think somebody's going to make fun of them. But if you do have this problem where you're scared to try to use it, just think it doesn't matter because I'm eventually going to learn this language, and being a little bit embarrassed here or there talking to somebody shouldn't stop you. And I'm hoping that when you talk to other native speakers, they are nice about it. It would be really sad to hear that people are laughing at you. Um, but even if they do, make fun of you, just keep trying. Just keep talking to other people or stop talking to that person or something. But you have to try it speaking it yourself because if you don't practice it, you can't be any better. That's it. You had a video interviewing a girl in Korea. I did. Oh, I was interviewing a Taiwanese girl who is a friend of mine and has a shop and she has a Taiwanese boutique. So actually, it's called. I'll write it down here. It's called Bull Boutique. She's a Taiwanese girl and she lives in Hsinchu, and she sells women's wear. So I decided we should do a joint, like a joint video. So she was helping me out, but she just happened to be in Korea. I was visiting, and she was buying more clothes from Korea. So because we were in the same place, we just made a video. But no, my girlfriend is Korean. She's somebody you haven't seen. Actually, there's like in my old vlogs, if you look at my vlog videos from way early, you'll see her in there. I'm with her. Why are you willing to have a girlfriend halfway halfway around the world. Because I actually, if this trip goes well, now you're really getting into my personal life, but if this trip goes well, there's a good chance that I will move to Korea um, from LA, like pick up and leave for her. And that's why we decided we could be have a long distance relationship now, because I am going to try to move to Korea later. So yeah, big deal. But I'll still make videos, but that's not going to change. I will, yeah, probably find like a tutoring job, or find a way to teach English more permanently there. So yeah. Yeah, 사랑해. 고맙습니다. Yeah, I've been learning Korean too, so I'm finding the same struggles you guys have with English I have with Korean, but much worse, because I'm like a 1 for Korean and you guys are like a 4 out of 5 probably. If you're watching this live stream, then your English is probably pretty good. You taught English at any schools or language? No. So I do not have official teaching certificates. I just started the YouTube. This is my first English teaching thing, is my YouTube channel. And I'm trying to grow it into something more. Maybe I'll have another online company, or I'll join one. But for now, this is my main thing. But I want to. I think before we were talking to some other people, other viewers who were suggesting online tutoring or like classroom teaching. So I want to, I just haven't. Better Call Saul. Oh, yes. Those suggestions, watch series. Yeah, Better Call Saul, The Walking Dead, if you like zombies, are great shows just in general. And then if you want to use it to learn English, it's even better. Or the show that came before Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad. I have a lot of friends that love watching Breaking Bad just to learn the English. And they use a ton of great spoken colloquial English in that show and in these shows too. Like I said, TV shows are a great way to learn because the actors oftentimes will talk just like how I would talk in real life. Some lines are kind of weird, like, I don't know, they want to say something like really epic that goes in a movie, but in general, if they're just talking to each other, it sounds exactly like how any native speaker would talk to each other. So these are great suggestions. Some people like the Big Bang Theory. That one's funny. Friends. These are all great shows. Or any like Pixar, Disney movies. I'm using, you guys know, I'm using Disney and Pixar movies in my new videos. So, and you've seen how many words that they use that are colloquial English that you may not learn in a textbook. So watch TV shows, watch American TV shows, watch Canadian shows, British. If you're trying to get a certain accent, some people like accents from certain places, like they want a British accent or they want an American accent. Just watch tons of shows from those places because the words we use are oftentimes different. Like a car, for example, like the hood of a car, they call it a bonnet for some reason. So even though we all speak English in all these countries, if you want a certain kind of English, like you would learn it from them. Like, I don't know, some people want mainland Chinese, like that kind of Chinese, or they want Taiwanese Chinese. I'm not going to get into that. No politics for that here. But yeah, basically the point is if you want a certain kind of that language, then just keep watching. Oh, maybe you guys can make the video together. It'd be more fun. Yeah. Thank you, Kota. Good suggestion. If she is not too camera shy, like she doesn't want to be on camera, as long as she's not camera shy, then yeah, I'll make a video with her if she wants to. We can do like a vlog thing. This is the market. This is the famous landmark. Here's the Seoul Tower or something. Yeah. Friends are too old for English learners to learn, I'm told. No, this is a great show. Friends is still fun. Even Americans still watch Friends. It's not too old. But they have newer shows. I mean, like, if you watch sitcoms, like Big Bang Theory. I don't actually watch shows like this. I do watch Disney, Pixar movies. Oh, here's another one. If you ever get to it, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This is a really funny show, and they use a lot of kind of fun terms. Some of the terms you might not get because it's just too fast and it seems kind of random, but that is a good show. So, yes, police stuff, exactly. Not really. It's just they're at a police station, but none of these people are qualified to be police officers. It's a great show. You should watch it if you're trying to practice. Or if you ever seen the TV show Modern Family, another great show. Like, it's really funny, and it's got lots of different kinds of families, and you can see Sofia Vergara's Colombian accent. I think she's from Colombia. So yeah, the accent doesn't matter because her pronunciation is correct. So it doesn't. The pronunciation is important, not the accent. How to neutralize my accent? Maximism? To neutralize my accent. Neutralize it. Oh, you're talking about how to have like a standard Belgian type pronunciation. Because this is hard because as a native speaker, I started speaking like this, so I don't actually know how to get to hear from a different way. But I do know from learning Korean that if you just listen and watch a lot of native speakers or characters on screens, and you pay attention to emulating and recording, that is really important. If you record your own voice, you will see how accurate it is or how inaccurate it is. And that way, you just keep modifying it until it sounds like how you want it to sound. I don't watch any TV shows that are released more than 2 years. Oh, well, might have to start watching more. Can't help you there. Hold on. But yeah, I would say if you're trying to fix your accent, record yourself. It really helps. Netflix, Apple TV, Disney Plus, Hulu. Which is the best form? Which one is the best form? In my opinion. I think they all are. Like, it doesn't really matter where the TV show is coming from. They all have good shows, I think. Are you talking about in terms of which one is the best to learn from? if you're talking about what show is the best to learn from, just watch them all. Just if the key is again passion. If you like the show you're watching, it will be easier to learn from it. I don't think it matters where you're watching it from. Just find a good show that you like, that's funny or interesting, and that will be the best one to use. I mean, I use that with Korean dramas or movies, and I watch them from all kinds of platforms. All right, so any last questions? I think I've been here for about an hour and 15 minutes. If you have any other questions later that you didn't think of, you can always send me a message. I'm on the Facebook groups. Like if you click through the link, you can just message me. Please just message me, add me as a friend, or write a comment in one of my videos if you have, and I would be happy to answer. But for now, I think I need to go eat breakfast and probably like go to the bathroom. I've been sitting here for an hour, over an hour. So what type of car are you driving? Okay. What type of car am I driving? I have a BMW. Yeah, but I might have to sell them if I move to Korea. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. I will post this too later so that you guys can have it to maybe practice your pronunciation, or if you saw something you and then yeah, ask me if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'll just keep posting videos and you can keep watching. So take it easy, guys.